Welcome.
Yeah, sorry, I'm here.
Oh, yeah. You okay? Drink some water.
I, I actually have got water as well on me.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So horrible.
Do you know what? I actually got the notification today on my phone saying you've invited me, but last week I didn't. Oh.
Oh yeah. That's why I also sent the link and also invited you. So that's
Yeah, but I think it only happened like it didn't happen last week, but Anchor had an update about a day or two ago, so I think that's probably what's.
yeah. I mean, when I opened up, they were also saying something about Spotify music and stuff. I think they
Hmm.
keep updating, changing stuff. So yeah. Yeah, we need to just get Brandon on board, and we will get on.
Yeah. Oh god.
I mean, this is going to be an interesting week.
Oh, it
Last week
is.
of August, and a lot of drama will unfold in this week. It'll be
Hmm.
interesting.
I know we're recording it on a Wednesday, but it don't feel like a Wednesday today.
Yeah, feels like Monday.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But think about it. I mean, after our conversations every Monday, I look forward to Thursday, but I just need to wait this week just one day to read three blasting books, four even. And then says Friday.
Hmm. Oh, god.
Oh yeah, definitely awesome.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I was almost late today because the transport was like half 30 minutes late.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I mean it's just the way it is. I mean the jam
yeah,
and stuff. Kind of boring when you get stuck in there.
yeah. Pardon me. Mm. Oh god, I'm tired.
Yep. So like how many keys do you have?
Key.
Not keys. I'm sorry. How many diamonds do you have?
I have 3,000 over 3,000.
Oh wow, lots of diamonds. So do you like spend? I mean, do you take every diamond seen in choices?
Depends.
Depends. Okay.
If
All
it's
right.
open heart, if it's open heart, I really don't.
For me, if I have like if I'm playing a chapter, then I would be going for the diamond scenes because, like, even if it's not like, I feel like okay, let's spend C because I want to see how the whole thing plays out, like with even the diamonds. And like, I don't want to leave anything. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no.
Just get
Oh yeah.
everything. Yeah, if I leave anything, now I need to replay the whole book to get that particular diamond scene later.
Oh no.
That's the one thing.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for Brandon now.
Oh yeah, Brandon said he was ready, but he hasn't joined yet.
No.
The link is there in the
Chat.
yeah, Twitter group, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then he will see it. All right.
Unless you try and send it again.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce Twitter now because I mean remember I mean say Twitter because we are on so many places. So I thought of Anchor, Instagram,
Yeah.
Discord. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. We're on everything.
we're everywhere. That's it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start from. What are you laughing at?
No, I'm just laughing at something. Sorry, that's all.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna start at like laws of attraction, then the nanny. I keep saying queen bee, but it's the nanny affair, and then devil's deal, the big one.
Yeah. He's read the link, so yeah, he's read the link. So, well, not read the link, but he's read the message.
Who? Which one?
The one he sent in the chat.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
One. So that means oh it is.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me check on Brendan a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost thought I lost the conversation here, but yeah, it's still here. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give the link to Brandon first? Oh yeah, here you go. Here it is. Hey, welcome.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
The ceiling.
Besides the ceiling and the sky. Nothing much.
Okay. High feelings.
Been pretty good so far. Just been a busy week of sorting some things out. Getting ready for September and such.
September. Yeah.
Mm.
And also you got accepted in a college, right?
Yeah, I got enrolled into the next course.
Oh yeah. Good luck for that. You know, you're gonna rock it. Just keep going.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right then. So, so what are you gonna talk about first? Laws?
Did we cover laws last time? I don't think.
I think we'd start off with Andy Affair all the time, so.
Oh, so let's get.
I don't think we've been. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've covered. No, we're still waiting on laws, aren't we? Yeah, still waiting on laws, which is today.
In 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
The finale, and then we're getting a. Oh yeah, aside from that, book 2, they pretty much someone even asked a question, and they confirmed the book 2 for Laws is coming out. So this could end on a cliffhanger. Could.
I mean, one hell of. I mean, a hero-like cliffhanger. That's something. What we get in Dream Zone, like, we'll be stuck.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah, because all the books and choices, I think everywhere there are different villains in, in the trilogy or in the sequels, or like in a book it ends, and so I think I know perfect match. I mean, it was something like this. So yeah, it could be like that.
Could be. Depends, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so the nanny affair. Let's get started with that.
Yeah. Interesting developments. We found out. Well, we continued off from the little bomb we got dropped. Zofia is the boss of our division, which is the biotech division. I think something like that. Can't remember off the top of my head. Because there's 3 main divisions. Yeah, there's 3 main divisions. Robin has manufacturing, Sam has robotics, and we are in something through the biotech, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Something with bio. We find out Zofia's the boss, yippee, and such. And, that, it was already she kind of confirmed some theories for people and others of how we got the job. She's the reason we got the job. She figured she's going to use us to catch up and get ahead of Sam and Robin. And I'd say it's going pretty well so far. She dumped us straight onto a new project, which is it looked like a 3D printer, but it's something to do with bio waste and such. Something like that. It recreates MRIs and CAT scans in way less effort and such, so you can't tell them apart. We had to get them ready in 2 weeks because Zofia is going on a trip to Monte Carlo to reveal the project there. to which we did all the work. Obviously, we wanted to relax a bit. We had praise. We had praise from Sam. I figured it was going to be a little a bit awkward or something, and she'll be as me because Willard had gone against her. I even called around and it's like, we're going against you. But it's like she always knew it was going to be hard. At least she gets a chance to beat the best, which has always been us, not Zofia.
Yeah.
We made some new friends in the manufacturing department as well. We met in the elevator. They were talking about some rumors about Sam and some others. How talk about Zofia, all the bosses even. We had a little snoop. We even had before we unveiled the project, we had the lunch diamond scene that you could take with Jordan and the boys. That was quite a nice take. It was a nice day out. Played a bit of football, learning about the boys, and something as well that Halloween is coming up soon, which gave me an idea, which I'll talk about after. And then went back to work, unveiled the project. We got to know some of the some co-workers in manufacturing who had a bit of info about Sam and stuff. How she, how most people knows she left. She left Sophia, such and such. They know that she's with a new fling, that she's young, that she's supposedly hot and such. They got a bit suspicious on who Jordan was. They knew about her being the nanny. We said, she's an old friend. We're using her for some info and such. And then we give them something to whet their appetite a bit. Fill them up a bit. And we also found some stuff out about how Sam was after her wife died, which was very tragic. We also one of the I think her name's Teresa, who was one of them. She was very supportive of it. Actually, she was like, she thinks it's true love. It's like nice to see we have some. Nice to see we have. I guess them on our side a bit because as always, I'm curious to see what's going to happen when they find out that we were the fling all along. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Then we had up next. We went about the project. We went back to the apartment. Texted Sam. After that, we had a bit of a steamy video call just to soothe things up and relax. Then we had a nightmare call from Zofia. Yippee. I'm pretty sure in the story they actually would have, screamed at the sight of her. I mean, I would have. And she tells us to get packed, get dressed, and that we're leaving in an hour, and that she's dragging us to Monte Carlo. So, next episode, we're going to Monte Carlo for a week with Zofia, Sam, and Robin. So this is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, and that's just I think that's biodegradable plastic or something. The project.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's it. Something to do with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good one. It shows.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting chapter. It got more development. It went more to the career side. It was kind of good, seeing things go from the career prospect of it, which was really interesting. Because there's going to be a big impact on it.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah. There was also one thing I pointed out when I reread it. They were talking about Halloween coming up, and it's like I'm thinking we're hoping this is going to stretch out to 20 chapters, as we hope. So I'm thinking that Halloween episode is where things are going to go downhill. I'm thinking that's where a bomb's going to get dropped or something. Maybe that no. I don't think we get exposed yet. I know it's something to do with. It'll be something to do with between us and Sam, because it's like I don't think it's going to be public yet. But I think there's going to be a main episode where it's a Halloween party coming up, and that's going to where things are going to go south for us, and that's where we're going to end up in present day on chapter 1, where we were in our apartment with Jordan. So that's kind of what I'm leading to. But I also had another thought. What if not a thought per se, but I'm thinking Zofia is definitely up to something more by dragging us on. I think she's trying to get close to us in a way to try and sabotage us even more, because I know she said in that chapter, she wants to get control. She's doing this to get control of the company. I think breaking us apart is a bonus, or her main aim is to break us apart and control the company is a bonus. But either way, I think she's trying to get close to us, and she's still up to something, which won't surprise me.
Yeah, definitely. Mac, what's your output?
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm not really into it at the moment. The Nanny affair. It just seems it just seems a bit too stale. I'm really not interested in it at the moment. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, what I will add to that though is the fact that I don't trust that Adita guy at all, one bit. So yeah, literally,
Aditya, yeah.
yeah. Like that's all I will say. I've not really been interested in it, but I don't really trust him. That's all I say.
Yeah. Also, one more thing I would like to add here is that I like the part talking about this, like if this can create some misunderstanding between MC and Sam, but how well Sam takes it. So Sam says, "Well, I'm gonna win this competition against Sophia and Robin, and you're now working for Sophia, and you're one of the best. And if I'm gonna win this thing, so I'm gonna beat the best. I mean, that's just super awesome. It doesn't matter like two partners they can work for the rival company even or can be on opposite side in workplace, but so that's a really good thing. I mean, I really like that Sam statement, and it puts just everything to perspective. That MC can like work for Sophia because that was her dream job, and also Sophia said like Ivan, he interviewed MC genuinely, so he was not, yeah, like Sophia hooked us up with the Ivan with the interview, but the interview was genuine. We got the job. We impressed Ivan on our capabilities.
Yep.
So yeah, so I think that that was a really good thing there. So a genuine relationship and how people think. Respect for that.
Yeah, but there's also going to be another problem as well, because if you found out, because we know at this stage Robin is just desperate at this point. She's that desperate that she's even going as far as cheating. She's cutting major corners in the company, and this is going to backfire seriously on the entire company, budget-wise, I'm assuming, or financially. She's cutting major corners, and it's not going to get reviewed till after the competition. The company's going to go downhill. Obviously, if she gets control, it won't matter. Also, if it goes down, it won't matter. So basically, she's going all in. What she sees as a win-win or nothing to lose. So this could backfire on the entire company and us.
Yeah, 100%. That's true. But did you read the description for the next chapter?
Yes, I did. Business trip over in Monte Carlo with Sam, basically. So we're going to the expo.
You're being whisked away to a romantic city by Sophia, but you and Sam are determined not to let her get in your way.
Obviously, Sophia's going to want to keep us by her and stay in the way, but yeah, should be easy to get past her.
So this is similar to book one. We started in New York, we went to Italy, and now we're going to Monte Carlo.
Yeah. I would imagine it's only be for about 3 episodes, give or take, or maybe even just 1 episode, because time can fly in these over the course of something. So it depends really.
But we did spend the rest of our time in Italy in book one, right? When we left New York.
Yeah, because we only got to ended of book one. I think we were. I think it ended in the airport, if I believe. So.
Yeah, perhaps. You're right.
Yeah, no, but I can definitely say we won't spend a long in Monte Carlo, because if you remember, we go back to the present, because technically this is all past tense.
Oh, so in the starting scene we were in New York, right? When
we were in our apartment, because that was the old apartment. That was the non-diamond one. So that was still so it'll be different on the present. So this is past tense. We're going to the past up to the present, and then we're going to continue off from there. But yeah, we're back in our apartment in New York, and obviously there's the Halloween party coming up, and I don't.
Oh yeah.
Think, yeah. So it will definitely be New York.
Party. I'm gonna love that episode. I believe choices should do this more. I mean, the seasonally things, like if they're releasing a book around Christmas or around Halloween, so the chapter that will be released around that festival, they should include that. I mean, that just adds more value to it, I believe. I mean, it gets interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And there was actually a lot of backlash, though, due to the all these books being VIP early access first, which
Yeah,
is understandable, I guess. But
I
so
don't. I don't understand it at all.
they're
I don't.
reconsidering it.
What?
it's understandable because if you do the math and project it, the VIP books now came out last year, so they will be as you've already seen with the Various Scans proposal, they're releasing out of VIP this year, which means that includes Wolf Bride, Mismatch, which means they'll be down on VIP books, which means technically they need these books
Yeah.
to come into VIP, so I can see why they're doing it.
And it's like people are moaning because they have to wait 2 months. They have to wait a year before.
You still have to wait a year. Well, actually, you have to wait a year, like, because from Scanners Pros and such, and now they're only just coming out. But this is only projected to still come out. Like, these will all be out by March time, give or take.
Yeah.
Just after March.
I think, like I said before with Mac, like I think people are more upset, not just like VIP schedule if they were to say, but I think at a time when this news just came in, because people were expecting Wake the Dead at least, and then Crimes of Passion to, and they didn't know this, and for the last 8 months and 1 year, so they didn't say anything, and when they suddenly said, and also at a time period, when Choices didn't release much new books this year. I mean, just Laws of Attraction and Foreign Affairs, that was also not really well done, and lots of romance genre. So people were expecting for a new horror genre thing after It Lives, and then they got zombie. People they said zombie, and then suddenly they're saying this is VIP. So it's just the suddenness of this news and the way they're doing it. So if they have done it from the next year, for any books coming out next year onward, I think that would have been more understandable. Just because, just considering how situation is, and also how a lot of people are down on money because of COVID around, so that would have been understandable.
Yeah, that's understandable. I remember, now that it comes to that, that reminds me of, I was looking through Twitter on their post about that, actually. There was one comment that was kind of, I don't want to say like just out of line, but it was kind of irritating. It was like, it's like they were like pretty much demanding stop making romance books, and it's like,
No.
go back to old choices and make stuff of like plots and stuff, and it's like stop going romance. It's like
Let me see if I can find
have
that for you.
I remember where it is. I'm just not going to quote it by word, but still, it's like, have they read the upcoming books? I mean, Laws of Attraction. That's not romance based.
Nope.
That's plot based.
Yeah.
Nanny Affair. That's romance based, but that's been a long coming title. What else have you got? Slow Burn. That's technically not completely romance. That's quite plot based as well. I'd say 60-40. And it's like, I don't really see how you can constantly say these are all romance, because it just seems like they're judging them without reading them. That's what it seems like.
That's what I was going to say, because me and Air were talking about that yesterday, and we were saying that you've got to read a book to understand, like, to see what it's actually about. Like, look at Heist Monaco. That was not romance at all. Like, well, it was obviously in it, but like that was heavily plot. That was, but like it's. I've said it before on Twitter, and a lot of people agree. You just don't judge a book by its cover. You got to read the book to understand what it is. So
yeah, it's like, if you look at the upcoming sequels, Surrender is going to be a romance BDSM book, which they kind of confirmed.
Yeah.
Wake the Dead and Crimes of Passion, I can see them being mainly plot based.
yeah,
Shipwrecked, I'm going to say that's going to be 50-50.
yeah.
Which we can finally have on Fridays with TNA, which is really going to spice things up.
Oh yeah.
I think, I mean, I would like to say two things here. I mean, I know, like, people say, like, totally, like, most wanted book they talk about that, we have next to nothing in terms of intimate scenes and stuff and all this. So I say, make a book plot based, but that doesn't mean, you're not going to have romance. What we have in Nanny Affair, I mean, yeah, we can have every 4 chapters. In every 4 chapters, we can have the romance, an intimate moment, and then we can also, go with the plot. The Nanny Affair, it's a romance. It's mainly romance, but it's just not main. But it also has a plot, right? Because this Sophia drama. I mean, the book one was mainly a romance drama. Yeah. But in book two, we have also side things to navigate. But yeah, but I think I don't think the word saying plot based would be right. they could have said like genre, like yeah, horror genre or something, because there could be a horror genre but with a lot of romance still there. I mean, it's just hard to separate. Like what if you should say just plot, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, like Devil's Deal, you know, it has a plot, it has
oh
romance,
yes,
everything.
yeah. I was surprised with Devil's Deal as well. Before we go on to that, I mean, I thought it would be heavily like all the other books, say like Honeywood, but it's really not. It's that's more or less plot. That is, so
Oh wow.
Yeah, Devil's Deal is definitely plot based
yeah.
more than romance. Like you get the romance and slight intimate scenes, but it's not heavily romance. It's plot.
Nope.
It's
Yeah,
mainly plot based.
50-50. You know, it's like whenever they're giving us romance, it's we are indulging in romance, and then we also have like this plot mystery. So it's really well done. I mean,
Yeah,
all of
they're
it.
also not as long lasting.
Oh
No.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but overall, I just think it's like take a chill pill. Read the new books.
Yeah.
Clearly, the newer ones aren't all romance based. Nanny Affair, yes. The royal finale, I'd say
Yeah,
that's
it's
50-50.
The
if you want me
royal
to add on the
finale.
royal finale, sorry, that I don't know if you are you still reading there at the moment.
No, no,
No.
no.
Oh, that is
It's hard for
definitely not
newcomers.
romance.
It's a
And
hard for.
honestly, in that book so far, I think we've only got like two chances to romance, to flirt, or do you know what I mean, like a romantic option with Hannah.
Yeah.
Well, that's who I'm romancing. So yeah,
Yeah, and then there's the unexpected errors coming back out. That's going to be back on the. We've got these books coming out, but they're not all romance based. Nanny Affair, yes, actually, Nanny Affair. That's currently. I'd say that's 50-50 even. I'd say
yeah.
that's 50-50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's romance. It seems like romance is implicated in it a lot, but it's definitely 50-50. It's like you can't say they're all romance based when these books are clearly not all romance based. There's
I
plenty of
saw it.
plot in it.
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw a comment a few years, a year ago, a couple of months ago, something about the moan that if a book's got too much plot in it, they want to romance somebody, but when they've got too much romance in it, they want more plot.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I think they're using the plot word the wrong way. I mean, I think it should be like they can complain like the genre, because, like I said, there could be romance. Like for instance, look at
oh,
Laws of Attraction. They can say, yeah, this is a romance book. I mean, there is like a slow burn with Gabe, but it's just not only romance. There's like a main aspect is also the case. So I think
yeah,
it's really hard to separate romance from these books. For
yeah.
Open Heart, it's about lots of romance. It's just not plot. With Ethan Ramsey, lots of things going on. So I think they should just say like, well, like I like horror genre, mystery genre. Yeah, maybe I like ghost or magic. So in Nanny Affair, I don't have magic, I don't have ghost or a killer. So that would make sense. But personally, I can't wrap my head around like if you say like romance or plot, because I think they're well sort of intertwined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's just it's just the things that kind of I don't they kind of irritate me, but it's like it's just unnecessary. So you can't just come around saying, it's like and this is all just like this is while they're always trying to, post new content and such. Oh wait, I think I just moved off top of it. It's like they said something like stop testing people's patience and taste. It's like,
Yep, that's what I'm looking for at the moment.
yeah, I've already found it. It's on the newest post. It's like the second one down, third one down. It's like it's like and like no, and they want no romance. The adventures, the terror, the fantasy. Isn't the fantasy the same as the romance? In one way of speaking, it's like it's just I just don't get it sometimes.
And then there's people moaning that the favourite books have got cancelled still, and all books deserve the sequel and all this. It's just like,
Yeah.
And then I mean, someone replied saying that the fandom isn't a monolith, so.
Is what?
yeah.
They said the fandom isn't a monolith. Like they were kind of defending that some of us like what's happening right now. Just speak for yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, there can be disagreements, there can be like different sides, but I think like, it's just there's a way to also like address that, like if you have different kind of people from different background, it's possible to have different opinions. Like we're talking about that also, Mac and I. Like we said, like the word constructive criticism or how can, but just name calling. Just that doesn't help. Like you need like you first if you just say like I personally like I said. So one, I address that like if I don't like a decision, then I say it, but I also don't forget like what the community is or like the choice
Yeah,
is. Like they have given us lots of awesome books. Maybe it's not right, but it's not like if we were them, we would have done something different or not. Just saying like, look, I don't like it. Maybe you could have done something. So I think that tone is also different. It
yeah,
makes
Yeah, but it's just like it's just okay. Fair enough. You got the right to speak your own opinion, but when that opinion is just I'm not saying it's irrelevant. I'm just saying if it's that there's a difference between giving feedback and just giving complaints and
yeah,
hate
yeah.
yeah,
and trying to demand what you. I mean, it's
yeah.
like
I
you could
think
put
as well. Sorry,
guarantee.
Brandon.
Just put up a
Yeah,
poll. Put up a poll of saying who's happy with the current choices and who's complaining about it being too romance. I guarantee the poll would vote over they prefer the current choices. Are they happy? And it's like it's just like stop demanding things of what you want and what you think everyone wants. You can't speak for everyone else. Everyone has their own opinions.
yeah. We spoke about that before, didn't we? I think it was just me and Brandon once on a chat, just speaking about it quite in depth. There's one person, wasn't there? I think you know what I'm on about, don't you? Because they was on that tweet saying the demand Ride or Die book too. It's like, God's sake, literally, like I think you know what I'm on about, don't you, Brendan? That
Don't think
person literally,
don't think I
more
remember
or
who they
less
were.
every bloody post what Choices puts up. It's like, why did you cancel all
Who-
the
who-
the old
I
books?
remember
Why did you
talking about it,
cancel
but I
all
don't
the old
remember who it is
books?
specifically.
I do know, but do I say it or do I not? But do you know what? Yeah, well, I don't care. The first name's Sophia Keen or something on Twitter.
Okay,
Demanding a book too for Ride or Die.
I can understand. Like you want one of your favorite
Yeah.
books to come back, and granted, I will say it's granted possible because Queen Bee is an example. No, 95 was already agreed, and it's a possibility for sequels to come out now. Like people are thinking, possibly. I mean, I'm thinking personally, an AVSP2 could come out.
Oh
Could
yeah.
it's possible? They're kind of going back to roots and stuff. I mean, 2020 has changed a lot of things. It could have changed, like because yeah, It Lives has been shut down, sadly. We've got the project working, but like I said, that could get brought into official choices like they did with episode, the little system they have
Yeah.
there.
By the way,
And it's
I have. I'm sorry to cut you guys short, but I have a real announcement to make. If any of you guys or know or like if you are willing or if you know somebody, so I don't know if you know this, but the It Lives project is currently looking for members, like for to write the story or to sort of in the artwork. So if you are interested in that, or if you know somebody, so you can connect Noah Marshall or someone who is their member. So just or you can just later message me. I'll give you the details. So yeah, go on.
no, that sounds quite interesting actually. I mean, I would say one of the things I'd like to do is be possibly a writer because I do I like people sound creative supposedly, but I like the idea of stories.
Yeah.
We can talk about that a little later. But like I was saying before, it's just there's a possibility for sequels. 2020 changed a lot of things,
Mm.
and we it's possible that we can see sequels for unexpected books.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it doesn't mean hammer down their constant tweets and support
Yeah, exactly.
with saying the same thing over and over again. Give us, 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 give us. 'Cause that just gets annoying. First of
Yeah.
all, and this is the social team that we're talking to. You're not
Yeah.
exactly they post feedback stuff, but nothing said to them. I don't think directly goes back to the writers unless they themselves on Twitter on their profiles are looking at the the tweets themselves. It's like it's just like there's feedback sheets. There'll be a feedback section. They post regular feedback. They keep up to date with content. They're doing a good job of keeping up to date with content and interacting with the community. But there's a difference when it comes to just slandering them of asking for one thing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like what if you want that thing, you get it, and then you just hate on them for the way they did it. It's like
Exactly.
because you think one thing to think about as well is this was a while ago, which means there's different writers since then, which means it may not follow the way they want it to or the way they might think it has. And it's like, maybe people think they want a book two, but in retrospect, if you get a book two, it will nowhere near be as good as if it did come out back then. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Because it's different writers. I mean, not saying anything. These writers are amazing that they've got now. They may have lost a few, but they've gained so many others. It's you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry for
but
the rant.
also the tweak is that the like you said, you're right. Like this is the choices on the socials, so they, I mean, if they think like something is worth sharing, then they share that news to their developer, but they themselves don't do much. So yeah, so you need to sort of
Well, and they do a good job. They do a good job of promoting, choices, keeping everyone up to date with the content that's coming out. So, I mean, I've had a visit from the social team on my Twitch when I started AVSP. They're frequent shares of cat. Like they keep up to date with the community and the community response and stuff. And it's like they do a good job. Kudos to them. I mean, and people can say, yeah, they're just a social team, but they still play a good part in Pixelberry's, development. And, well, I said development, but they do a good job. Just give them.
Yeah, sort of like expanding the community and like showing love to different people. Addressing like if someone is coming out with an artwork or stream and other stuff.
Yeah, it's just give them kudos to what they respect. They do a good job.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, the moral of the story, I would say, like, I mean, people, like different people, they have totally different tastes, different opinions. I mean, they get to say that, but like it also depends like how they're presenting it and on what context they're doing it. I mean, like you said, so like it shouldn't become a spamming at one point, but like but,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like sorry, I cut you off. It's just like I've seen someone as well. They put like the choices help. I can't remember what it is. It's the help section where you can like I think it's a support line with the phone number and such that you can contact them, and they like when they answer frequent questions and such from mobile numbers and stuff, which is good as well. And it's like just contact them on there or reach them out by email. Reach out to them because complaining on their Twitters is not going to do anything. It's just going to cause a repetition of pain, and people that read those tweets are just going to see it and they're going to be like, they're either going to agree, but also there's a lot that are going to be like, oh my god, could you stop already? It's like if you want to appeal to them, convince them. It's a case of convincing them. If you want something to happen, you've got to convince someone to do it. Reach out to them, point out facts and statistics and what they should do it, and it's just appeal to them. If you've got community, say you'll make a poll or something. Oh, better yet, like the website where you can send petitions. Make a petition. Make a petition to have sequels made. Get them to a very very obviously a very high signatures, high amount of signatures, and then send it. Then appeal. Just you know what I mean. Just appeal. Don't complain. If you want something to happen, just appeal.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've got no more to add on that, to be honest. So,
but yeah, it's just like I get there's a lot of things they want to happen, so just appeal to them. They give you plenty of ways to contact them. They give you plenty of ways to give feedback. So you've got plenty of ways to do it and to get to it. So just go for it, but don't just take it easy a bit, would you?
yeah. I mean, as well, just to add on that in a little bit of thing. I mean, going through that person's, I don't care. You used to know I'm not really one for calling people out, but it's like this. Go through this person's thing. It's just don't make books about porn. The shame on the low quality so much. Don't care about the fans anymore. This is the same person saying stuff like.
I was gonna say it's bound to have some people who are negative about the way things change, like because they just don't like change. It's like, but that's one problem. Life is change. Change is inevitable.
But like you said, Brandon, there's one thing saying you're mad about it. I talked about this yesterday, me and Ed. Like I was saying, like with It Lives, we all missed It Lives. Like
Definitely.
it's not coming back in quotation marks there, but like,
Unless the project is a hit success, they
and
reach out
then
to Pixelberries and yeah.
but you don't see me complaining on Twitter because it's been cancelled. So it's like, I get the favorite series is being cancelled and all this crap, but there's one thing about of having an opinion of enforcing people to do something. No, it's just annoying nonsense. But yeah,
Yeah, it's like, just don't, like, yes, you have freedom of speech and such, but use
Yep.
that use that to express positive things and
to
appeal
help people improve.
instead of bringing negativity and
Yeah.
bringing it, because if you make, it's like if people demand it and such, you're appealing it in a negative way, and that's just going to make them not consider it at all. So
Yeah.
just use the facts, use the brain, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Kind of got off topic, but in all fairness,
Oh.
that's kind of a big topic in terms of
Yeah.
choices.
Definitely. But yeah, like it is what it is. It's always gonna be this mixture. It's like it's always gonna be there. Yeah.
There's a lot of people not gonna like it, but it's life. You don't like it, move on, or live in the past. I mean, but
Yeah.
change is inevitable. Change is always going to happen. Those who adapt with it, and those who want to live in the past.
Yeah.
So it's
Definitely.
that it's everyone's choice. Just like use positivity, not negativity, because then that's just going to shut down any chance of anything that you want.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So also now coming back to from Nanny Affairs, Laws of Attraction.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's having its final book, and wow! So George actually did share and said like it's the final
Book finale.
book finale. Yeah, book finale. So that
Yeah,
was
and
awesome.
And
the
then someone
consensus-
even
Yes,
Sorry,
it was on Instagram.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
someone
Yeah,
even
thank you.
asked, "Are we getting a book too?" And they, and as well as hinting as well, they confirmed we are getting a Laws of Attraction book too, which kind of makes sense, because where we're at, it's very
Yeah.
short, which is kind of leading me to think it's possible this either ends now and we go on to another, like this all ends in this episode and it goes on to like a new chapter
Yes.
of where we are now, or
Yeah.
it ends on a cliffhanger and we continue off there and then go on to a new chapter.
I don't think we will.
Exactly.
I don't think we will, because let me just get the tweet up. I think it was something about I think they put yesterday on Tuesday, which was yesterday. They put something like the case ends tomorrow, so it's like, But I wish they did a cliffhanger, but
It's still possible. We'll never know until this afternoon, will we?
I
cannot
think
wait.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
Yeah.
Put the case away for good to tomorrow's book finale of Laws of Attraction. So I think it sounds, not saying it is, that the case will be solved tomorrow. So,
But in all fairness, with a book too, whilst it's moving on to a new chapter, old habits could,
yeah, come back to
reappear.
bite you.
So we could see we could see them coming back. Like Kyung might get out of prison or something, or Sadie might want to retaliate after, and this could lead to even a book 3. So we never know.
Oh yeah, but I have a hunch that we're not gonna get either Sadie nor Kyung because they're gonna somehow, because I think it's a too big of mystery, because this guy, it's not just about Aliana's murder, but it's also about Aliana's brother, their neighbor, and our previous case that in a state of the art or something case. So the class act case, I think I forgot but yeah, I think this is like a too big of a mystery to wrap up in just one chapter. And I
That
think
depends how they do it, though. Because I could see it like, at the start, we get the team together, we confront Sadie, we bring Kyung to court, and we spend that chapter, like, we deal with it early on, and we spend the chapter in court, maybe.
Yeah.
I could probably see that happening. If that's going to end it off, I could probably see it, in court, putting Kyung away, etc. I think that's how they would want to end it.
yeah.
I mean, it is a Law's case.
Yeah, or they can say, like we don't do, like we may reach really close to that, and suddenly we see that we're failing at everything, and something big happens, and then we need to gather again in book 2. Like
Actually, that is a good point, because if you remember the hitman that tried to get us, in the post, it showed in the spoiler beforehand, it showed the unmasked version, which means we could see Kyung try and pull something as a last resort. So something could happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just remember that I think that was a warning shot they originally fired in the library because, quite frankly, how do you miss point blank a shot unless you're a complete idiot? So what I'm thinking is that was to spook us. Maybe the last resort is to take us out. So I'm thinking maybe we do get to court, but something will happen. Maybe the hitman will show back up. We haven't seen the last of that hitman. Definitely not.
No.
but I have a more, like a theory and more hope that, how the whole till chapter 8, it was like normal court case and even moot court and here and there cases, and from chapter 9 the murder mystery started. So I think book 1 can end in a certain way that would make the whole book to a murder mystery. Like from the start to the finish, we will solve this case, and Kyung, maybe we will, dig out more dark secrets, and he would be an actual criminal who will be like hard to get. Like, every time we get closer, we get far away, and so I think that would make book 2 even way more interesting than book 1. I mean,
Yeah, there's also something to think about as well, which is there's always this usually comes up in the term of fighting or something, or when you're trying to be tough. There's someone always going to be bigger than you, which leads me to think there's going to be somebody bigger than Kyung. So most likely we'll probably find someone bigger than Kyung who will be even darker in the next book if
Totally
we're going to do a big case.
totally can
Like
happen.
it might be government style. It might be a high politician in the government.
Totally can happen. I mean, they talked about the dark secrets, so I don't think like chapter 16 is gonna be end of it. But actually, book 2, the whole book 2 are gonna continue with the dark secret, and that's why I think it's just gonna get better.
Yeah.
I hope as well we get to kind of choose, because the one bad thing about this book, and a lot of people can agree, well, for the people who want this love interest choice, is how they've been forcing us on Gabe.
Yep.
That's about the only thing being. I want them to let us choose, or let us settle with one person, so that we can continue that relationship in the next book, and so they can stop putting Gabe on us. I can get why they're putting us. He's a partner, he's a big guy, but they shouldn't put us right on him love wise. I want us to let them choose. Like I think with Shipwrecked, they might be kind of putting you onto one person, but it's a love interest that we want. Like we've seen the love interests. I don't know if it they will be putting one love interest on us, but it will be gender customizable.
Exactly.
I've always said that.
And quite
I
frankly, I
think
quite like the love interests for Shipwreck. They look really good.
Yeah.
Male and female.
I think I said that last week. I said, look, if you're going to make a single love interest book, at least make it gender customizable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they're even our captain, so I will report to her every day.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Ethan Ramsey like thing. I mean, they should have
Oh.
made Gabe gender customizable and race customizable, and probably they couldn't have needed an Ashlyn if like they went with Gabe, because clearly Gabe, the mystery, the sort of the romance and this forbidden
But
romance.
there is also the possibility. Like I can't remember. Oh wait, no. I'm not saying this is, I think because this was just the one night stand, but we also had that little heart thing with Marcus, so possible. I still don't know. I doubt he's a secret third ally.
I've got something to add on that.
Well,
He wasn't the only person with a heart thing next to him.
Wait, who else?
That Lena. Honestly, no.
In that case, it was just a one night stand.
Because if you think, I said that a few podcasts ago, and I realised, I thought, I'll replay through the book again because I'm mental, I know. But I realised you can actually do it with Lena as well, with the heart next to the options. So
yes, I think he did it with Tyler though as well in that one. So I think he's just a one night stand then. Because if anything, I wouldn't have mind being with Lena, like because you're both lawyers. I mean, she is after all the Robin sprite. I mean, I don't think anybody would mind getting with her.
Yeah.
I don't really like that sprite, if I'm honest.
That sprite is awesome. What are you on about? That sprite is
Yeah, but
awesome.
in classes, it has never been done before. Like a character model that has been used before, is a love interest in this book. Like that has never happened before. I mean, Fling, that's fling. But love interest, not so much. But yeah, Marcus, there's a possibility Marcus can be a love interest. So in that case, I don't think we would be locking our love interest in book one, because historically in choices we lock love interest at the end of book two, and then we go for a marriage like of thing in book three. That's how it goes.
Could be.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be interesting to see how it continues at all, because Sadie's corrupt and stuff, which means what does that mean for McGraw Bryan?
Yeah,
What does
that's
that
what I
mean
was
for
just
our
about to say.
futures? What's going to happen? I mean, yeah, we take down Kyung, but at that risk, Sadie may still be in power. I mean, yeah, we'll have caught her out and stuff. Maybe she'll go down as well. Maybe she won't, but and maybe she'll want to get rid of us.
Or,
I mean, Gabe will obviously have a problem with that, because
Yeah.
even as a love interest or as just a friend and partner, which I prefer, he's still on our side. He's still a good guy. He's
I was just
done
about
it
to
well.
ask that. I was
Yeah,
just
he's-
about to ask about what's everybody going to think, what's going to happen with Sadie, to be honest. But
Yeah, I think if there's Kyung, Guy, and Sadie, they both like somehow pull to at the end moment, like when we will think we got him, but at the end moment, if they kind of get away and create new problems for us, because Kyung, we didn't got him as much as Ila, like he was fighting from behind the cloud, so we didn't get him face to face that much, creating problems. So I would love to see him as a proper antagonist throughout the course of book two, because that would be super awesome. Because we don't know how I mean, we know what he did or what he can do, but like
and
sort of
that's
face to face playing mind games, sort of like Milton. So I would like to see him becoming that in so that's how I would like to see him as a villain in book two and partnering with Sadie. That would be awesome.
But that's kind of why I can see it ending, because we have loads of undeniable evidence against him.
Yeah.
Even if he ran away, he would still be guilty. The police would hunt him down. There won't be much else we could do. And another thing I thought of as well, Kyung's, he's a big guy. He's got plenty of connections. One thing I think stories never really. There's one thing that. Well, there are some stories again, right? But there's also one thing that could be a plot line as well, is the repercussions of what happened. We take down Kyung, but we don't really think about how that affects people he knows. People that might actually be close to him. They might come at us for revenge. A lot of stories don't really think of the repercussions from the victims and the suspects. So never know.
Definitely. Even not he can just pull some string from inside the jail. I mean, in real life he would, like, if you or it's hard to
Bit
put
like
some.
Witness. Like, because Witness, they had the parents were in jail, but they were coordinating with the daughter to, come after MC and thing.
Exactly. But anyway, all in all, I can't wait to read the final chapter and how it goes, and high expectations.
Yep.
What's next on the agenda? Devil's Dealer, no?
Yep, definitely. Devil's Due.
That was definitely an interesting chapter.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
Yep.
we started off with we ran into the Kuchisaka Honor.
Oh my god, honestly, though, that freaked me there. Like,
When it took off the mask.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, what the?
Horrible.
Let's just say I can understand why people might change or might, not be honest about their answer. Obviously, if we were able to, catch them off. Actually, that was a really good way of catching them off guard. Hitting them with. What did you guys hit them with? I hit them back with the "Am I beautiful?"
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's all
what I
about
said,
women.
and they would have said like,
Same.
That is the best way to confuse it. It's all about women. Am I beautiful?
Yeah. Why do you always talk about women's beauty? What about
Yeah.
men's beauty? Yeah.
And you know what else? Run.
I know.
Yeah. And did you hear? I told Mac the night about this. Did you hear, like, when MC was running, thinking like, all right, if even if I manage to get away to fix my face somehow. I found that line hilarious.
That's why you just keep running. Just keep running. Don't look back. Just keep running.
I've had Miss Dawson come out and help us, which I genuinely didn't think that had happened.
Yeah, she was the last person I would expect to come and help us.
Yep.
But then again, she's
one of them demons who, what's the name? Begins with an S, who were very, what's the word?
Sly.
Succub or something?
The very, how do I say it? All I want is sex.
Oh. I mean, well, technically, she can't just want that because she knows who her mother is. So, and if she found out about us, then she'd go
didn't
mental.
Diana in book one say about the horrible creatures as well? That's what she said about
They're
Miss
bent
Nelson.
on violence and sex, yes, but not
Yep.
all of them. And that's not not all of them, and that's not all the main feature. Like she is helping us in the back because she knows who we are. I think she's kind of helping us to get on the good side of our mother as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe Milton put her to that.
Nah, I don't think so. I think she's yes, she did work for Milton, but I think she's genuinely more terrified of our mother than Milton. I think she's genuinely more terrified because as far as we can tell, our mother is clearly a high member of hell somewhere, or like a high figure of and strong. I mean, and I'm still sticking with my original theory. She's some sort of ruler of hell. How she's described as strong and a high-ranking member of hell. I think she was actually said that she was a high-ranking member of hell.
Yeah.
By Samantha.
Yeah. So it's like, and I'm thinking Milton just wants to stage a coup, take over hell, rule the world, evil, dash, the whole deal. I'm thinking, because the way Milton talks about it, I swear he's got some sort of feud with her, and that we're just collateral damage or something he can use.
Yeah, I
mean,
what
as
I've
well,
noticed is... Go on.
It's going to be interesting as well because I think because of what happened, today's chapter, in Thursday's chapter, it obviously went so south. We had Diana and Sam lie to us. We killed Carrie in a way. She's now a zombie. Felix is working for him, and it's weird to say, but I kind of think Milton planned it because the way he's describing us as giving us his deal. It's like, you ever need anything, you got a deal. And it's like, he knows we'd never take the deal, but I'm thinking he needs us to. And I'm thinking he's just done the one thing that will get us to take a deal.
Yeah, I think as well, the thing what I said I wanted to talk about is probably nothing. I probably know I've baited you. It's not baited, but I thought of. You probably could come up with something or an excuse or something. But I found it a bit weird that since what's happened to Carrie and Felicia, that as soon as Carrie got killed, or you killed her, or
Actually, technically, yeah, I didn't kill her. Diana shot her, but still, we put her in danger. So
yeah,
I think my point is as well is I find it a bit suspicious that as soon as that happened, Sam and Diana both confessed their feelings for her straight away.
Oh yeah, that was a bit weird.
I know. I thought, well, that's a bit suspicious to me. I thought that's a major red flag.
I mean, I'm kind of flattered about Diana, but I'm kind of Carrie certified. Don't get me wrong, Diana's pretty awesome, but she can be a bit reckless, more reckless than us. Yep. And as for Sam, that is not going to go pretty.
I know, exactly. I think that's what raised my suspicions. It's like, all of a sudden, since that's happened to Carrie, they both confessed their feelings for us straight away. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's like they know something bad could happen.
Yeah.
But still, regardless, I think something bad's going to be even worse if they find out each other both like us. Oof.
Yeah. But I felt like, like it could be anything. But when I read it, I felt like, sort of we were attacked by the demon and we could have died or something could have happened to us. So I think that was this genuine feeling by them,
I think we've been in worse situations though.
Yep.
Like, the thing came after us first. We could have died then. I mean, we managed to confuse it, but still, we've been in worse situations than what that was, I think, personally.
Yeah, but still, this one's like, wreaking havoc in the neighborhood at the moment. There's, Kuchisake on or whatever it is.
Also, can Milton predict the future? Or can he just predict certain people? Because remember, in the end of that chapter, he walks gracefully, but he kicked a rock knowing that Diana would charge after him. He managed to kick it perfectly in place as to knowing that where she would go. It's like, does he have some sort of... I'm not saying predict the future per se. I'm saying, because there was this in a TV show, small context, he was in a training simulator, and the game kept adapting. It kept getting harder, and he just couldn't adapt overall because there was always something else. So a teammate went in with the ability to see a few seconds into the future to warn him. But of course, a few seconds isn't a lot of time, but once you adapt to it, it can be a tool. I'm thinking Milton has some sort of ability to see a few seconds to a future event of something that might happen. So I'm thinking that we might be at a disadvantage, possibly.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Yeah.
And I have succeeded.
Yeah. As far as I remember, Brandon, I think Diana or someone said about something about this in the book one, that Milton is like he just plays with the probability and permutation and combination, so he can sort of predict. So I think not seeing the future, but sort of he can predict, like he knows the probabilities,
Bit
and
like
those
I guess you
probabilities
could
come
say it's
true.
like I know he's a demon, but I guess you could say it's a bit like an AI because most AIs base stuff on probabilities and statistics.
Exactly.
So I'm
Yeah.
guessing he just did a probability of how Diana's going to come after us or charge.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, not future
So
per se, but still.
yeah, so remember when in chapter one, Diana said like we need to surprise him. Like he knows probabilities, but they are probabilities, right? So probabilities can fail, and that's what we did when we sort of dumped Carrie in the stage.
Yeah, 'cause you can think about it. It's like you go to a ditch in the middle of nowhere. You've got an accomplice. You've got
Yeah.
three warriors. What are the probability one's going to show up? What are the probability? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Granted, he's smart, but there's not that. There are quite a few probabilities you could throw him off. It's like, what's the probability someone's going to jump out behind me who's not even in this group?
Yeah.
Zero for him. So it's like you want to try and get different people involved. I mean, even though you don't at the same time, it's like if you have a secret weapon,
Mm.
it's hard to stay one step ahead of him because he's just such a cunning and smart villain.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
it's
And he
not, and
also
it's not
knows
even as simple as putting a bullet in his head.
yeah, and he also knows like human behavior, like how humans react. So the probability is easier for him to calculate, sort of.
But I mean, there's also the fact that I think there is one person who can properly counter him directly, and that is our mother, who
Yep.
I still am waiting to show. Like, I'm waiting for some like kind of. I'm thinking of a Lucifer kind of battle here, where he's fighting his brother in the police station, and then God just comes out of nowhere. I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of like that, we're in some sort of fight with Milton to the
Yeah.
death, and the mother just comes out of nowhere to help.
Do you know what? Do you know what's funny about that, Brendan?
Mm.
I said exactly the same thing to her yesterday.
Yeah, because I'm still linking back to the idea of like we were talking to Milton about love, and he was called about heartless, and it's like
Yeah.
this guy possible of love. I mean, if anything, it'd be a demon, and there's only one demon I could genuinely think of him trying to get with, and that would probably be his mother. To be,
And probably not now, but when he was a teenager.
or a young
Thoughts?
demon. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it being some sort of possible. I could see it being a mix of love feud, but also a chance for power. Bit of both. Maybe.
Yeah, I think as well. What I didn't realise is the next chapter description as well. Which leading on what I'm going to say. Manuel is ready to make a deal with Milton, but
Oh,
they
yeah.
discover a less expensive way to get supernatural help.
I mean, the only reason I can think of that is it's Sam. But even man, I honest to God, I wanted to flip my. I was like, why are you being so stupid? I know you're at a bad place right now, but you're even being so reckless as to going for a deal. That's how desperate. Yeah, that's what he wants. In fact, yeah, that's probably what he wants. That's probably what he's doing. He's probably sabotaging everybody to get deals. He sabotaged Manuel by getting the cushy. He probably sat the carry on him and did the damage and does. He's probably doing all this. Like, I think I spoke about this in the last episode. The chaos theory, a bunch of random events linking to one thing. I'm thinking this is chaos theory related. Milton. It may not seem like he is, but he's behind everything going on. And it's linking back to him getting something, i.e. Manuel losing his face, getting desperate for a deal, us losing Carrie, desperate for a deal, getting the idea? I mean, I'd
Yeah,
flip
but
out of Manuel too.
yeah, who is the supernatural ally?
Help.
Who
Exactly.
is?
I would Samantha, but I'm thinking it's beyond her power for this point. We
No,
need
no,
something new.
I don't think it's Diana as well because she's in
No, no,
hospital now again.
no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's
Do you
back in
think it's
hospital.
Felix? Felix?
Doubtful.
God, if it's him, I'll be
Highly doubtful.
very, very, very surprised.
He's on Milton's side. He's definitely taken some sort of deal and got some sort of agreement. He's probably taught Felix how to be some voodoo master to keep Felicia safe or something. Even though he's doing all this against her, but I don't know. I don't trust Felix anymore. I mean, yeah, he would seem like a cool guy, but he's just unpredictable at this point in terms of where his loyalties lie.
Yeah, because he was actually the one who actually, wasn't it? Something about do you know the red text where it said "kill them all" and all that?
Yeah.
He's the one who. Yeah, it's. You know what I mean? It's getting the words out. But yeah, he was the one who said we have to go and kill him. I like them two guys in that cell.
Yeah.
Where he were playing the tricks on our mind, it was actually him who was behind that. But I don't think it would be, to be honest. But
Technically, that was just our demonic side coming out. Because one thing as well is,
Nope.
it's like, what's going to happen? No, because in the cell as well, we're also. Because you forget the fact as well. There's also the fact of we are fully turning demon. Like our demon side is taking control, and soon we're just going to be full demon, and our entire human nature is going to be gone. We're just going to be a mindless demon.
But they feel it's actually making that worse because he was behind some of that as well. So
yeah, it's like we just got to find a way to keep calm, block it out, fight it even, and we just got to find a way to control it. And maybe someone has a cure. Well, someone else, but see, I don't see what could be better than, I guess, what you could appeal to someone is better than Milton's legit deals, even if they are. Come on, God. Like, what if Manuel's deal is he gets his face back, but he has to try and kill us or something, or he has to work for him? What if our deal is we save Carrie, but we have to give up our own life or something?
No.
I don't think Milton wants her life for some reason. I think he wants
instead
us.
Controls her. He brings her back, but he has control over her, and he makes us work for him or something.
Yeah,
I could see that.
But
More.
hey, I just had a thought. What if this supernatural help is our mom in the next chapter?
I mean, that's what I would assume. But it's like it's okay of contacting her. Who is good enough to contact hell? I mean, it's not as an express elevator down.
Well, Sam
if
can
there
help.
is, I would have been on it a while ago.
Samantha can help us. Like, remember the book? I mean, we did call. No, I think Diana was helping us.
Diana was the one about the book. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, we called that creature sort of. I don't know what his name was, but so he also said like, oh, what can I do for you? Then we said, oh, you don't need to do anything. Just go back to hell. Just go back to hell. So I think we can.
You mean call them one of the frequent demons we spared? I mean, I've spared quite a lot of demons. I could see that.
Yeah. So we can just call them from the hell, and then we can.
Better yet, send a messenger. Yeah, like because those little gremlin things, they're actually quite noble. If you like, I spare them all the time because they're a weaker form being taken advantage of. I don't really blame them. I spare them, so it would make sense that we run into one and maybe send.
We spared them too. I spared them too. Yeah.
It would make sense that we could, because they have to go back to hell anyway, so it'd be good to send them down as a messenger.
Yeah, I think as well, though, our mum has actually been helping us.
How so?
In book 1, was it Diana or was it Samantha who was saying that, in them books we couldn't see what were on the bench?
I think so.
The ones what, I think we took somebody to the bench and they said, oh, I'm reading a book. I think Carrie was there as well. And she said, this book here. And then we had to pick a diamond option because she thought we were joking, but we was actually reading a book, but she couldn't see it. Something about as well that I'm not lying here. Something about somebody was sending them to give us hints to help us.
Oh, I vaguely remember it now. Yeah,
books,
I mean
books.
that did kind of die out, but I do think that it would if our mother would help, she'd want to help in a significant way, especially because this kind of benefits and impacts her too.
Yep.
In terms of Milton and such, so this could. I would have thought she'd just make an appearance herself because we're a son after all. We're a demon son in a way. And one thing about our family is that they are loyal, even demon mother. So
I think as well what I was up in the book too. I think I saw you yesterday about this, didn't I? Something about our dad said something about it's forbidden for a demon to take a human or something like that.
A demon to be with a human, that could be like. I'm just trying to think now, because I remember that vaguely.
Because
maybe.
Do you know what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah, Milton knows who our mother is.
And then she's got stayed in hell, but she wanted to help us, but she can't come out because she's been confined. And then she's trying to help, but you don't know. That's the endless possibilities.
But she's still a high-ranking member, which means chances are maybe they either don't know, maybe she's been forgiven. I mean, Milton. The thing is, that Milton knows whose we are, and knowing him, he'd probably tell everybody, which means me I think they already know. And and if they did, they'd probably turn on her, or they already know, and it's pointless. I don't think it's anything to do with what she did. I mean, maybe it restricts her from coming up. Maybe she's got to find a way around it.
Yeah, that's what I
But
mean. And I think as well, like you said, Brandon, I talked about this yesterday. I'd love a scene where, like, a cliffhanger for a book 3 or something, where we're in a battle with Milton or something, and then our mum just comes up and thinks stuff.
I'm telling you,
I'm telling
you, Lucifer style ending. Boom.
Honestly, I'd love something like that. Then,
But then we'd have to wait 3 months for another book to come out. The next book to come out.
3 months.
I know.
You know what book they're gonna release next?
Not sure.
Because
like so they don't really have a big social media presence. The books just you just estimate the books drop within 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
If there's a sequel, and they do kind of focus on sequels. So unless it's a certified ending, which you can tell, which you usually can't tell, the next book drops within 3 to 6 months.
Yeah. Talking about last thing I'll add on Devil's Deal, Scott. We talked about how bad Carrie has been in this book, haven't we? Right.
I mean, you have. Well,
Yeah. But is that have I been lying about how bad she's been? No.
I'm thinking that it's not entirely her. I'm thinking because with Milton, I mean, after all, Milton did turn her into a Kushisaka owner, or someone, or Felix did. You know, something turned her into that.
But,
so it won't surprise me if her feelings are being manipulated as well.
But have we not forgot about what Felicia did in book 1?
Oh yeah.
She tried to screw us. Yeah,
Scratches scores, accuses of something we didn't do. She's only
Sex
happy when we've got
that
money.
was her. That was her being the typical. You know, that's her being a typical. What's it called? Not gold digger, but no, it wasn't a gold digger. It was a girl trying to get what she wants, not money wise.
Brad.
Yeah. Trying to get what she wants.
Clearly, she did want the money because in chapter 1 we asked her out. She said no, but the second we got the money, chapter 2, she's all over us. She wants to be with us. She wants to have sex with us. It's like, come on.
Well, yeah, part gold digger, but still, she's just at the end of the day, she's just like that desperate high school chick who thinks. Ugh.
But Ben, she didn't need it anyway. Because
I mean, she got so desperate she took Milton's deal. So, I mean, it's like, think about it. Actually, think about it. How many people have taken Milton's deal? We took it multiple times, but we're disregarding that. We're thinking of book 2. Felicia's took one. We're probably about to take one. Manny wants to take one. Who else could take one?
Diana?
I mean,
don't forget Betty.
No, doubtful.
Betty taken one. She's taken one.
Betty. Yeah, Betty was Betty's an ex-demon. But actually, that kind of makes sense on that could make sense on why they're together. You know, that they're both demons in a way. Maybe that's one of the reasons they're together. Like, I don't mean literally, but you know, beside of them being in love and such, you know.
Yeah.
But there's also one factor Milton could use against us besides Carrie if he wanted a second deal. Our father.
Yep.
He's a standalone target and very easy to get. Other than that, can't think of many people.
I'm going to say Kyle, but he's dead now, isn't he? Obviously.
Yeah, Kyle was killed a while ago, sadly.
And I think you said last week as well, I'm reading through book 1 again after the podcast and that. But obviously, there's not any other characters I can think of from book 1 what could be involved in book 2. What we forgot about.
I mean, there's only the father who's like the one character who's like out of all this.
As
you know, it's like, what if Mother turns up and turns him into a superhuman as well, and they turn into be some sort of super couple? That'd be kind of awesome.
Oh no!
Super family versus Milton.
Yeah, that's the comparison I was looking for. Something like a scene like in Braidwood Manor where the woman comes up from the cellar.
Yeah.
And we're in a dire situation, something like that. I'd love something like that, honestly.
Rose, yeah.
More than that, I can't really think of anybody others. Because Kyle was killed.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of allies, though, I mean, those 2 prison guys, they were kind of but they were kind of funny. They were kind of cool.
I know.
They thought we were kind of cool. You know, I mean, yeah, they're criminals. I mean, but still, they could make useful allies.
What about the detective and the police officer who was with Carrie?
Oh yeah, that jacked guy and that police, that detective.
I mean, yeah, I did see that aspect before when I read time and time again with the obvious detective. So that could just be him being the cliche detective, but it is a possibility. Because I did see something like that before.
I can't.
Yeah, right. Time and time again, detective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who never trusted. But there was another male police officer, right?
Oh yeah, I remember him. I remember
who
him.
was
He was like, he was like a cool kind of guy. I don't think he had a problem with us.
no.
Yeah, so maybe he can help us at some point. Who
Yeah.
knows?
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Other than that, I can't really think of much else.
But so we're thinking in the line that maybe someone is going to help us from the hell, or we're gonna
oh,
summon those creatures from hell who we pardoned last time and sort of get the help, and or maybe our mom comes up and helps Manuel.
I'm
Possible,
I'm
right?
still now I'm still saying that regardless of what happens, Manuel still takes the deal because he's desperate. He's being reckless. Frankly, I'd snap at him. I know he's down bad, but still, if you're this, you can't be this desperate. I mean, if you're this concerned about looks, I mean, quite frankly,
looks don't
if
matter.
I mean, yes, his face is going to be disfigured just like the Cushy Sarkis is, and that's not exactly a pleasant sight. Which is why, obviously, I mean, I'd probably still wear a mask, but I won't really care. I mean, I won't care. I mean, yeah, my face is disfigured, but I can't help it. I mean, it's just something that happened. I won't get so desperate as to take a deal against, humanity and such. Unless I was stupid, like Manuel currently is.
Oh yeah, like desperate situations calls for desperate decision, and you don't think much deeply, and you just do on the impulse. So you act on impulse, you do what you feel right at the moment. Yeah. So it's gonna be an interesting chapter this tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Tomorrow I have somewhere to be.
Today, tomorrow, Friday. Because then we land in Monte Carlo and we start Shipwrecked, which I always start, and I really can't wait for that.
Yep.
And also the Unexpected Heiress book 2, chapter 2, and that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm finally continuing that, leaving off chapter 3 it was, because apparently I did not go through as far as I thought I did. It felt like I did, but I didn't.
I mean, what else is it? I think Honeywood. Have you been reading up to date with that?
I haven't caught that yet, no.
Oh.
I've been busy this week with some personal things.
Yeah, I've been reading Honeywood. I mean, that's a great book, by the way. I mean, some like besides 14 inches, which is totally unrealistic. I think it's a good book because now Chris.
What's realistic in these stories? Be honest.
How? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, science can do a lot. Just saying.
Just what science, man? I mean, lived it.
I mean,
lived
they
it.
do. I mean, they make Viagra. I mean, there's all sorts they could do.
I mean, it's like I don't know. I mean, if with so. I mean, just if they want to have an intercourse with, I mean, how is it even possible? I mean, just imagine the girth. Just, I don't know. I don't want to have the conversation.
Oh god, yeah. Just let's just disregard it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just let's say it's not realistic. Most of these stories aren't. I mean,
no, the story's
Hostel
good.
Story.
I mean, how's the story? Actually, yes, because you were shot in the head, but the bullet actually grazed the skull, and you can actually survive that. So that is, I guess, that's the more realistic one.
Oh,
of
there
that.
also they said 10 inches. So not realistic.
Road Gang. I mean, that one realistic.
Back and actually, depends because she was stabbed in the hotel room, and it depends how much blood she lost. She was an undercover agent, so it depends where the feds were.
And she's working for us now, isn't she? In the same company. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I think Half Human book is the most realistic book because the AI thing.
when are you gonna find someone who's a cyborg? How is that realistic?
Yeah,
he's a cyborg with a military chip that makes him the perfect super soldier. What
and
aspect is that realistic?
He's running faster than Usain Bolt.
Yeah, that's what I'm about. Super soldier, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's my dream. I want to be a super soldier. I want to have super strength, the whole deal. But he has to be a cyborg for it. But not only that.
I mean, who knows? This is probably the future, Like who knows? Like,
if this is the future, sign me up. I'm down to become a super soldier.
Oh yeah,
Ubers.
No, Ubers is not.
That's definitely not realistic.
I think the story that story. I hate to admit it, but I mean, I don't like the story much for certain reason. I don't
No.
know why at this point. But colorblind,
God,
it's
God. That
Yeah, I
is the
still
most
need to read
useless
those.
book.
I mean, I guess one. I mean, we've also need to think about what we're going to discuss after Devil's Deal too. I mean, we're on chapter 11 now. I think it is coming up to chapter 11,
chapter
and
12 will
there's 16 chapters. So that means it's going to be ending within about, I'd say, mid-September. So I mean, if we wanted to, when I think about it, have either of you read The Impossible Game?
Yeah, I'm on chapter 5.
Of which one? One or two?
Of course, one.
I,
You know
I
the
would
bear.
say, yeah, I'd say maybe. I don't want to say hold off on that because it's like read what you want, but yeah,
No, no, no.
we both maybe.
I'm holding off on that because
Yeah,
I'm.
I'd say if you two, because there's two full books to go through. I'd say I've read the full thing. I vaguely remember it, but I'll go through it as well. Because I
Exactly,
enjoyed
that's the
it.
same thing as me.
I'd say we should go through those two because they'll take up a lot of time and there's a lot to think about of it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's because that one's really complex in terms of what the hell is going on, of the whole what is even happening at this point. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a really
I
good
would
book.
love that. I would love that. Yeah, that's a good. And the music, like the kind of music, like I don't know, like the music is super good to play.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you can catch up with the cliffhanger on the second one because I will confirm it's not exactly a
Yeah,
spoiler per se, but there is a cliffhanger on the second book, which is like a very dire situation, very
Oh, yeah,
very dire.
yeah. I know what it is. I'm not going to
thought-
say it, but
I thought you didn't read it.
I actually have. I said I've read every book in Dream Zone.
Well, you have to reread to
I
refresh
know.
memory.
I can't. That one at first ones
But yeah.
I read.
Yeah, so Impossible Game, you were left in a very very dire situation. Like, in all fairness, I didn't really know what the right choice was. I don't think anybody does because they seem like pretty bad little ones altogether.
Yeah, was it? Didn't you have to? I'll say one thing, which will not
You had to
spoil
make a
anything. Was it
choice.
a button? Yeah.
You had to. I don't really want to spoil it, but it was basically some life for it's basically life for life. Someone for someone. That type of scenario.
Yeah.
That type of scenario, and we were left in a cliffhanger. Left out. So book 3 should be coming out. If I'm right, it should be coming out soon actually, because it was around the same time of Hostel Story, and it was last year. So I think book 3 should be coming out really soon.
Yeah,
But
like you were saying, I think that's the one what we'll get in the next book. To be honest.
Yeah, I think we should catch up for that one because that's going to be. I'd love to go through Impossible. I can't wait to go through the third book. That's going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then there's also, and on that note as well, Half Human 3 should be coming out soon. as
Oh,
well, if we're estimating that properly, that should be coming out really soon.
I would love to read that. I mean, Half Human is,
It will be
it's
coming back because there's no way it can end where it left off. We find out it's a whole government scheme. We get knocked out. We get left back to paradise where we were. There's no way it's off that easy. No way.
Yeah.
There has to be a book 3.
Yeah. I mean, all the books in Dream Zone have a book 2 or book 3, except I think Time
No
and
book
Time.
3. No book 3s yet. I don't think we're still waiting on an actual third sequel. But yeah, they all mostly have sequels, apart from the newer ones because they're not really sequel. I think they started off with proper sequel books. Like,
Oh yeah, like Time and Time again doesn't have a sequel, but all the
that's
other
a
books.
standalone book. I agree with that one. I agree with that being a standalone book. That was confusing at first, but I kind of got my head around it. It was a good book though. I got my head around it.
Yeah, it was well written. I mean, the topic is really common. There are lots of movies and stuff, but still, the way they did it, the way they wrote it was super awesome.
Yeah, I just didn't understand how it actually started. Like, I kind of got a bit confused. I kind of finally understood how it ended in a way. It was kind of related to someone's problems, but overall, I still didn't understand how it, started. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming it's just because we had problems overall.
Yeah.
But it ended off on the right note, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean this story is one of the best stories in this book because also like how we change our friend group. Did you read it?
Yeah, I read. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was-
Yeah, so like how we change our friend group. So I can remember that guy
Yes,
who was
you just become like you're a football jock with a popular girlfriend and such, but she doesn't really have those type of deep feelings for you, and it's like the universe just realizes you're at a bad state in life, and it's giving you, and it's making sure you have the choice to move on to the right thing. Like, because it ends off with you leaving the football team because it's not the fact that you're bad at football. Like, you hold your own in football, but it's just not for you.
Yeah.
You know,
And then that nerd, we make friends with him, and we also focus on studies. And then Chloe, we choose her. So it's
yeah,
a
because
really
she's our
good thing.
actual love. Because we had a
Yeah.
crush on her since high school, since since was it kindergarten? Not kindergarten. Since the school before high school. That was it. I mean, it's more or less college now. I think in that aspect.
Yeah. I think in
It's
high
like
school, Chloe had something for us, but we didn't notice her.
she does know who we are, and then as time loop gets on, you get to re-know her, you recognize her and such, and you actually fall for her and then you even to test it out as well. You remember because he offered you a deal at one point in the story. We'll have to go through fully go through the story at one point. He offers you, it's like your choice. Like, how do you choose? And it's like, just choose the girl who's real. And Chloe obviously proves that she's real. That
Yeah.
she's, a real partner. She doesn't care that you leave the team. She doesn't like football. In like the end one, she didn't like football. She just came for you. In the time loop, she didn't care that she just cared about us. She was a real girl. She really cared. So it made it a bit easy. And then
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
definitely. It was a great book.
and then it made the choice a little easier. Cameron was just a stuck-up, typical high school girl, wanted to be popular, wanted to be with.
Cheerleader.
Yes, she was attractive and such, but look on the bright side. You've been with her at least. You can have that as a distant memory and just go to life.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good book. It's a good book.
Yeah, it's a good book. Then
I choices make something like a Groundhog Day like movie. I would love to see what they do, because they always do they
to hell
come
with
up
the
with.
story. I'd rather live in that scenario. I mean, granted, I find it would be annoying, but I still think living in it, as long as I know I can figure out how to end it, I'm all right.
Oh
Because
yeah.
starting a time loop would be awesome. Like, I'd love to go on a time loop through high school and do a bunch of crazy stuff. Just because, I feel I'm justified. High school's exactly a pleasant time for me. I feel I'm justified. I get to
Yeah.
go to a point in time and access it through a time loop.
Yeah, there's a movie called on Amazon Prime, I think, like
Groundhog Day or something.
the tiny map of happy things or something, right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of movies about it. There was a TV show episode about it where two guys. It's a sci-fi show. It's they go somewhere, they activate a time loop machine, and then they get relived in the same day. And, they do a lot of crazy stuff, but it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, it's actually.
I mean,
Fun.
obviously, it gets to a point. I mean, if you could, I think it depends what opportunities are presented to you in that moment that you're given. Like in time and time again, you're presented with a full college day to change relationships, have experienced nights and stuff. I mean, I don't get what drove him to kill. I mean, if you're gonna kill someone, I mean, obviously they'd have to be bad. But just turning, I get being stuck in a time loop would do things to you. Reliving the same day for years and years, but driving you to kill and enjoy it that much just to get through that seems a bit excessive, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. Oppressive, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much. I mean, like I said, there's plenty to do. I mean, there's the cultist girls, there's the free money that you find out about. I mean, there's all sorts.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of experience, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it just depends what I'd be drawn into, I guess. I mean, it's like, in real life, in terms of a time loop, unless you had a relationship with multiple people in one location, you're not going to get much to do. I mean, yeah, it could cause some chaos and do some crazy stuff, but still.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not as easy as going to the airport, meeting a woman, and then seeing her.
Yeah.
Like, life's not that easy unless she's that easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, they're that easy. You got what I mean? Even in a time loop in real life, that won't be easy. I mean, granted, I'd still want to live in a time loop. Just depends on
definitely. Like we keep repeating probably the same thing again and again. Like we try to come out of it. So yeah, it's kind of a weird
especially if it comes if it's like a bad outcome, you do it like, think of it as a simulation. You're doing it again and again until you get the right outcome.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of like you're taking an exam. You're
don't
failing.
even bring that up. Don't bring that up. Just don't. We don't talk about that.
What did he say?
He said the Euro final.
Oh, whoa, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
that
not,
I don't mean that in a racist way.
we know, but still, I just that was just a bad memory. I don't think even with a time loop you could fix it.
You could
Well,
if
it
you
depends.
could punch
Depends.
that cheerleader in the face. That'd be a bit, you know.
I mean, regardless, it was just the way they were and the way they played. I mean, regardless, even if you know how they play, they would still adapt. Even
No.
if you have an advantage, depends how good they are. Regardless, let's just not bring that up. But yeah, plenty of opportunities. I mean, I know I wouldn't mind plenty of opportunities to go back and fix things, but still, it's
Oh yeah, I
life.
mean, don't worry.
Oh yeah, I do.
That loop will be fixed in 2022. Rest assured.
Eh, hopefully. Actually, I doubt it. But still. But yeah, so
Yep.
there's all sorts of plenty of scientific cool stuff. You know, time loops, time travel, time
Hey,
dimensions. Hell,
yeah,
a book about dimensions. That'd be kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
because I've always liked the idea of theoretic and dimensions and such. You do one thing, but in another dimension it's the other, or you do one thing and you're completely different in the other. Like, I go into a different dimension where I'm an evil tyrant. I go into an
Whoa,
evil a dimension where I'm some sort of hero or some sort of CEO. There's all sorts of different dimensions and stuff.
hey, Brandon, you should read. I mean, what you're saying, it's close to it, but not like totally it. But you should read Endless Summer. I mean, it's kind
Oh
of
yeah.
the
Yeah, that's a weird book from what I've heard, but I'm really down to read that.
yeah.
But yeah, exploring dimensions, time travel. I'm more of a science person than I believe more in science than religion, but that's just my personal. Science, well, in all turn, is more interesting
Yeah.
and more realistic. Like science. Personally, science more real, more realistic, makes more sense,
Yeah,
more
that's
than just yeah.
Endless Summer by the sci-fi.
Yeah, it's like it's people say sci-fi is weird, but in all fairness, it also relates to science and stuff. Sci-fi is just a representation of what science is and could be in real life. Not
Yeah,
exactly, but it's a good representation.
yeah. It's like science, but in like literature, so to speak.
Like in terms of time travel, the one book there is actually a book based on that in Dream Zone, Project Prometheus.
Prometheus.
Yeah, the book 2's yet to come out. Where that ended on a bit of a sudden cliffhanger as well. We
Yeah,
ended up in the past
yeah.
where our brother went and where our boss went. So that's still got a good plot to it.
Oh yeah.
Have you
Hey,
have you read it? Has everybody read Project Prometheus?
no, I haven't read it yet.
Oh,
need-
I can't spoil the ending of it. Damn it! Not spoil it, but there's a one choice you have to make if somebody lives or not. I'm not saying who the character is.
Yeah, I remember that. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I mean, hopefully I did the right thing to choose. I mean, there's still that one scenario of one
Yeah.
currently not in the best condition, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing of just going back.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's still gonna be good though.
To be honest, I'm not going to lie. That's one book what actually surprised me. I read the description. I thought, I read the first.
I read the description and then going through it, I was like,
Yeah,
there's
this
obviously
is-
some sort of sci-fi stuff, but I mean, I didn't. Obviously, toward the end, I pieced together somewhat to do with time travel. Obviously, I didn't
Yeah,
believe at the
yep.
start. I thought it was some sort of weapon. I mainly thought it was a weapon.
Yeah, I did.
And then obviously, it turned out to be time travel, but still, I was thinking about that. That book should come out soon as well because that's a good long while since that book came out.
Oh yeah.
That book that sequel should definitely come out unless it was supposed to be a standalone book, which I really don't see why it would be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do
yeah, they
you
got plenty of books coming out. Still.
Do you guys know any good zombie movies or something? I mean,
Oh.
I
Shaun of the
mean-
Dead's the only one what can come to my mind.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's quite good. I mean, I'm
That's-
doing a segment with
Oh,
Eric
it's
in
funny as
October.
hell.
Actually, I'm doing a segment, little podcast about Shaun of the Dead through Halloween and horror weeks. That's quite a good comedic one.
oh, Shaun of the Dead, like the British movie, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite good. It's quite
It's
good.
funny as hell, I think.
Other than that, I don't really think there's that many zombie movies. I mean, there's plenty of zombie games like Dead Rising, the Walking Dead Telltale series before they
Oh,
went out. I
Walking
think that
Dead,
was
I don't like The Walking Dead. It's dreadful.
the show or the game.
Both. Anything.
Have you seen the game though?
Yes, I have played the game before, but
Which,
when it
which
first came
one?
out.
Which one?
Exactly, I don't know because literally I don't know.
There's 4 games. The third one, because that goes off on a tangent. Like it's still, but the first 2 the story's amazing. The characters are amazing. The fourth one is just a good ending on, I think, what would have been the third one, because I think the third one was just a really unneeded spin-off. I mean, obviously there were some important aspects to it, in terms of the main character Clementine. But overall, I think the story itself was really good. You know, I love that game. You know, it was a really good series before Telltale went bound. Skybound, who were involved in the first one, took over and finished the series really well. You know, it's like, you know, rip Telltale. Thank you, Skybound. Rip an era. I mean, there's a YouTuber currently catching up on it, H2O Delirious. He's catching up on that series now. And it's been 4 years since he played the first game.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And also, I think Dream Zone should do a zombie book because I would love to see what they do about the zombies because they have a unique way of like.
Technically, we kind of do have a zombie problem at the moment.
Yep.
So, I'd say you've got it there. And yes, that counts.
Yeah, I mean it's a like a like I was watching a what if video that's from like 2 or 3 years ago. So they said like zombie situation, zombie apocalypse is not possible, but this helps us to show like how
I mean, it is possible. I mean, from what anybody can gather from zombie stories, it's basically it's just an airborne virus that mutates the body after it's dead. From what I can gather, sends it to a mindless killing machine. I mean, that's basically it. It's not rocket science. It's just an airborne virus that no one could know about. You know, the boom. I mean, obviously, I didn't get it how it happened. You know, I mean, if it was an airborne virus that was spread all across the world to mutate a body when it's dead, then I can understand how it happens. Other than that, I can't really see why zombies just randomly happen. You know, it's like there has to be something to mutate the body to reanimate. You know, I've always based the zombie apocalypse on a virus.
Oh yeah, so most reasonable, like if it has to happen, because you're right. If it's airborne, then you don't need other zombies to bite you or snatch you to make you one of them.
It speeds up the process, obviously, by spreading it. Because it doesn't actually mutate and happen until you're dead. That's when the virus kicks in, and that's when the virus is in the body, and they transmit. And that's basically just how it transmits by biting. That just advances the process. But unless you're killed, or the head is destroyed. That's it.
Yeah, but just it can happen more like it can like just imagine if in some lab some did something and experiment horribly went wrong and there's just one zombie and from there it just he bites someone or something happens like just with what we have with the COVID situation. So it's just so that would be a great story for sci-fi.
Obviously, but obviously there's an easy way to deal with it, but it's the government, so what are we talking about, Obviously, they want, one thing about government that's pretty similar in stories is they want to experiment on things, get the understanding of it, and that's obviously what kind of screws us. If there's a zombie, basic understanding, destroy it, kill it, destroy the body, burn it, get rid of it, don't even think about it, don't try and enhance it, because you'll just end up doing something worse. But it's the government, so if anything happens from the government, then we can just blame them.
Yeah. I mean, it would be super awesome. I mean, I want Dream Zone to, make one about the zombies because they have really cool approach about the fighting scene and everything. So that would be super awesome, like how they approach the whole thing.
Just tie it in with It Lives music. You saw it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, they have done a great idea of thinking of different genres and different ideas of the stories. Like, choices. I guess say choices is quite plot based. Like, romance. The romance is the one remaining factor in all of them. But they've gone to law. An affair, as well as a competition for a company, like business, science.
I guess you could
say Nanny Affair is not just about an affair. It's about science too. Because going to that aspect, and then Dream Zone. Dream Zone's a lot more plot focused with the romance part as well, but still, they have good ideas. Like you turn into a hitman bent on revenge. You're a cyborg with unimaginable power based on an accident. You're apparently an unverified player that has control of everything or has the potential to control everything. What else? You're a porn star. Yeah. You're a Secret Service ex-military agent on an undercover assignment, bent on government corruption and, underground criminal syndicates and stuff. That's pretty good. That's the story.
Yeah, I want a sports genre from either Choices or Dream Zone because where our main character would be like a sports player or
How
something. That'd go
Let's think though,
amazing.
how would that go basically? Because not a lot of people are sports fans, so it's like I to be honest would kind of struggle to see how they would do a full sports book like basketball. I mean, I guess obviously
Oh,
for some
God.
people,
I don't
I
think
won't
I
mind a
can.
basketball book. I like basketball. You know what I mean? I mean,
I
like
think
It Lives. You know, we had basketball
yeah,
that went well. Hockey, football. I struggle to
yeah,
see how
yeah.
they could keep a
Football.
main plot going. I mean,
I
time and
think
time again, technically that could be counted as a bit of sports book
yeah,
because
yeah, like that. Like I think they're gonna go with like American football, like you're a star quarterback or something, and something happens, you get thrown off, then you sort of come back. So like that way they can do one. So that would be super awesome because a pure sports genre would be super awesome. Like a lot of people
No,
have
best plot would be you're on a team, they drop you, everyone mocks you, you come back on the opposing team, slam them, and rub it in their face.
oh yeah. I mean whatever, it would be super awesome. I mean
Yeah, I
that
don't get the whole. Truthfully, I don't get the whole point and aspect of and the plot of being you get kicked off the team, so you want to improve and get back on the team. Why not go against them to properly prove them and make them regret it?
Oh yeah, could be. I mean, either way, like you have a choice there or something. Like it would be super awesome if they do something with the sports genre. Because I know in other apps they have like they say it's a sports genre, but it's gender locked in terms of a female. So all you have a star quarterback, male love interest, and you sort of help him get back to
In all
sports.
fairness, Episode have done 2 high school stories based on quarterbacks, and with them being LI customizable, there's been they've actually done a good job of representing women in football. They've actually done quite a good job of that. Like 'cause it's like they even point out in the story, I want to be a role model. One of them said, I want to be a role model for women, in football and such. Like because there's 2 stories of it, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, High School Story, it has also like Emma, who, if you take football, she'll also be a kicker in football. So that was a great. And your MC can also play football.
Yeah, it's like there's lots of aspects. Maybe we should expand a bit more. Like I think we could get some good conversations off Episode as well because they have some good, interesting genres.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to see either choices trying something in the sports because they have like a very interesting perspective towards stories. Like horror, I don't play horror genres much. I didn't play in choices either. But when I started playing, I felt completely different. I mean, it was wow. I mean, this is mind
I
blowing.
definitely think they should do something a bit similar to Dream Zone, like make some sort of not fully sci-fi, but kind of like a time loop style thing, or
Yeah,
time
yeah,
travel, or maybe a
yeah.
dimension, or maybe traveling to different dimensions, something like that. I want to do something like
Groundhog
that.
Day, Groundhog Day style.
Yeah, something like that in choices. I'd love to see that type of genre. I mean,
Yeah.
Surrender's
Would
going to be BDSM, Crimes of Passion. I think that's going to be a crime one, obviously based off the thing. But I'm leaning towards crime mainly, like maybe being a cop or something. Because I don't think
Yeah.
we've seen many cop ones
So we're
either,
undercover agent.
or undercover agent. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the story.
and
But still, and then
we're
with the
gonna have,
dead, zombie apocalypse,
yeah.
and
So
then shipwrecked.
about COP, they said like it's probably going to be one love interest because they said two partners are going to work over some murder cases.
Probably.
Who
Wait,
don't get
that
along.
reminds me of another book. I think it's Choices.
Most wanted.
I think it might be. It's about 2 in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It was
Sam
it's
and someone.
yeah, it's
Mac,
a really old book. Really old
Oh
book.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't read
that
that.
one. Reminds me of that one. I think people wanted it to have a sequel, but it was a good book. I think it's Choices. Yeah, it's Choices.
Yeah. Mac, what was the name of the girl? Sam and no, I'm right.
Um, I actually don't know because I haven't actually read through all of the Most Wanted yet, to be honest.
Oh, I haven't completely read it either. But yeah. But about cop, they said that it's gonna be like two people who are working on the case who are completely different, and a killer who is obsessive about murder. So it's gonna be
Serial
interesting.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's loads of things they could do with different genres though. There's all sorts really. Like
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't mind a full on action one. Like I wouldn't say fully military, but a bit like Hostile Story. But yeah, I won't mind a full on action one.
Oh,
I quite like
there's one. If you like
Witness.
military,
Witness doesn't count. Witness does not count.
No, not witness, not witness, not witness. If you
I
like,
don't mind Witness, to be honest.
No
I
one
don't.
does. I mean, I don't mind it for the LI and the actual story. The MC is awful, but yeah, I don't mind it. I
like
don't
if
really
you
read it that much.
military books, I would suggest you go to chapters. And there's just only one book which is gender customizable, and that is this book. It is called Protecting Caroline. And if you choose the male main character, you can customize it, name it. So he will be working for SEAL, the Navy SEAL, and it's a really good story there. You can play it in chapters. It's called Protecting Caroline.
Hmm. I think they should definitely go with a what's it called? They should, in terms of like agency and stuff, they should definitely go with another British book like AVSB because I find a lot of comedy with the British style books, basically because of how some of us Brits speak or how we use stuff, and plus there's plenty of story aspects for agencies like there's the like there's our special forces, the SAS, there's MI6, MI5, all sorts of different agencies you could
Yeah,
go with for military style book for the British. Not
yeah.
to mention it's the British, so we say all sorts of funny things.
God, yeah, something. I think as well. I think that's what a lot of people associate me with. I just speak my mind, and sometimes I just say it without even thinking. I think that's one thing I'm guilty of sometimes as well.
Mm.
But, yeah,
Yeah, I definitely think they could do with a. They do well with a like an action style British army themed book. Like it's just,
yeah,
I
because
think they do. I just think they do well with the British books as well.
I
Plus, a
think
lot of
as
people
well
like
what
hearing it from a
annoys a
British
lot of
accent.
people is I think someone on Reddit about how many books have actually based or like something about New York or something. They've been there in like almost nearly every book, and it's actually getting. I was talking about this today
Every
yesterday.
book, I won't say that. I
No,
mean,
I don't mean every book. I mean more or less like
70%.
yeah, like
yeah, but
New
I won't really
York.
say that because, like, I know Nanny Affair is definitely set in New York. There is another one set in New York, but I don't think all of them are set in New York.
Most of the like Bloodbound, Nanny
I know
Affair,
lots of attractions,
Attraction, and
but it's
there.
um, It Lives. That's set in
No, that's
somewhere.
like countryside. That's like yeah,
I mean, don't get me
Westchester
wrong.
and
I mean,
Pine Springs.
yeah, it does a good job of representing New York in a nicer way because New York can be described as a. Let's just say I'd fit in there. I think I'd fit in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. By the way, they designed the Times Square super awesome. Did you watch the Times Square? Like whenever they show it, like there's like choices, and then also I
Yeah,
think the Crown and the Flame
yeah,
pictures.
I've noticed that.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I do like New York. And there are some places. I mean, obviously they set one in England. Like, there's two British style books, AVSP and the Unexpected Hours. I don't think there's any more British themed ones, is there?
Oh yeah,
Um,
and the Unexpected Heiress is also good because I like those, old time romance and murder mystery. So it has everything. Like it talks about that
Mm.
time. I think it's really good. The way the exterior interior design of the houses were and how
oh yeah.
relationships were back then, and the music and background. They did a really good job with the first chapter of the Unexpected Heiress. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
going to be continuing that, thank God. And I'm probably going to finish it by the time. Actually, I plan to do a lot of frequent choices streams before work. Obviously, it depends on my schedule because I will have college and work, so it will take up a lot of time because I'll be wanting to work as much as possible when, most times. And so in the meantime, I'm going to try and do a lot of frequent choices streams. I
oh
want
yeah,
to do,
definitely.
definitely try and get on it. I think I could get the Unexpected Heiress done by mid-September. Actually, not even that. Depends how fast I go. Probably early September. I mean, I'm already back on it, so we're going as fast. It's just a case of getting everything I need for the next few episodes because I want to do a lot of episodes.
Definitely.
So yeah, and then yeah, plenty of books. And then I would say I stream Dream Zone, but way too much explicit content for that.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
surprised.
definitely not be allowed on YouTube.
I don't get. Yeah, that's another thing as well. It's like because there was a lot of heat about it. Ab Hero
Oh,
got
by
his
the way, do you know
channel.
the Lost Guardian channel was
It's
like
like
taken
it was
down?
taken down due to repeated sexual content nudity. It's like
Yeah, I sent you the screenshot, didn't I?
there's
Of the
there is much worse stuff on YouTube to be classed as sexual content
No,
other than that.
like I don't understand. I mean, there are people like Choices from Ashes and other like who also stream like Choices, and they have like Nanny Affair and the same books almost. So I mean, it's kind
I
of
don't know.
weird.
It's like, and then there's worse actual things, like worse games, worse movie scenes that have worse content of it, and it's like, how does this doesn't even break the iceberg. It's
Oh,
someone in it's underwear, and it's just if anything, it's the safest explicit content. It's
oh,
it's it's actually quite safe to say what it is especially Nanny Affair. As opposed to other books like Dream Zone. I've seen Dream Zone, I've seen someone who posts frequent Dream Zone videos. He does a good job. Can't remember who it is, and it's like, how does that not get flagged as sexual explicit content? I mean, obviously, I think it's a case of people reporting it, but it's
yeah.
like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Why are you reporting something that's not even that bad? It's like, and it's cost someone's channel to be taken down, and more than half their content. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's doing a good job. He's reposting stuff. He's reposting it in different formats now. Like, he's reposting them in full episodes. Like, he's fully posted a Very Council proposal, and that's like 9 hours long, fully. Oh Lord, so that'd make a good movie time. But it's like, but he's working on good methods now. He's a hero. He's pulling himself back up. He's currently trying to find ways to repost the movie scenes. I'm helping him out where I can, obviously,
What
but you know,
movie?
it's like the explicit scenes. Sorry, he's saying he's trying to find new sites and stuff, like a better place somewhere else to post them, because he tried posting them in separate videos or on the Google Drive, like on a link instead, like so you know, it's not
But it
fully
would be
explicit.
hard. Yeah, it would be hard for viewers to like watch it here and then
Access
go
it,
back.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
YouTube's new terms of service. They've horribly changed in the last few years. Absolutely horribly.
But I don't understand. I mean, there are a few people like almost streaming the same thing. I mean, I don't know if it's about the female love interest or
Yep.
male love interest, because most of them have male love interest. So I don't know like what's affecting that.
And it's not even like the way I just don't get it. It's just YouTube going downhill so much. Like
I mean, I get recommended small videos. You know the new meme, like it says, my
Mm.
pube. I don't know, like someone says some sexual stuff, and then there's like this cartoon appearing saying something. I forgot, like I your BP. I don't know, I forgot, but yeah,
there's
like
worse
there's
stuff. There's worse
Yeah.
stuff. But
weird
it's just
stuff.
it's just YouTube. They've gone so downhill since like they've added so many stupid channel services that shouldn't be added. That they come down on people for no reason. It's like a few years ago, none of these issues were a problem, and everyone just enjoyed content on YouTube. Now it's just it's hard. It's like I'm wondering, is there going to be a new platform to counter YouTube where it's basically old YouTube but in a different name? I'm wondering if a company's going to make something like that,
Oh,
a
that would be
different
hard
YouTube.
to deal with. I mean,
It'd be hard, obviously, but still.
YouTube just needs to do some stuff, like like more customer care services. Like if they sort of, it's a free speech, right? So if something gets, like they have like a strike on some channel, for instance, here in this Lost Guardians channel, then they need to have some way that he can connect and have his whole channel reviewed, and then they can come to a conclusion, not
Yeah,
just
they can't just base it off of
yeah.
one like very not even Nannyfair's not even that explicit, a semi-explicit book,
Yeah.
which isn't even
Yeah,
that bad anyway.
yeah, like they need to have like actual, like some more deep digging into this, like if
Not to
someone says that.
mention, not to mention, they should get the communities of the communities, perspective as well. Like a lot of his community have been very supportive. And it's like, why is he being taken down? You're posting good content, man. You're posting our favorite books. It's like even I said it. It's like they should appeal to the community, see what their opinion matters to, because this is what they watch, and if they watch it, they're watching. They can monetize them and stuff, and it's like it's just this
Yeah,
will beneficial for them to leave it on there, get the community's perspectives and such, and just they need to do
Yeah,
things better.
I mean, it's not even about the community. Also, like you just review it, you see, like it's just a game. I mean, so you just
I mean,
leave it. That's
yeah.
That's simple. I mean, don't even need to go anywhere. Just have some time, review it separately. Each one is so. I think there should be more distinct measures to handle it. And I know like things are quite crazy right now. Like people are posting whatever they want, and YouTube is getting active. I mean, not in terms of like nudity I'm talking about, but I'm talking about like opinions that can literally mislead someone. So I don't know if it's about that, like YouTube is, or the social medias are getting really active to sort of you know like sort of control these conspiracies or misinformation, and that's why like they have created some algorithm that's causing this. I don't know, but they need to have some customer service, so to speak.
Yeah,
Like
they should
because
eat restrictions on stupid things. It's like just appeal to what people like.
yeah, I mean, they not even people like, but they need to review it with certain specialists. Like, is this not fair to have? Like, if think, oh yeah, this is just a game. It's completely fair, nothing much. Yeah, leave it. We flagged it for no reason. So they should have like separate, sort of customer service because otherwise, like, what if someone's channel got flagged? So what are they getting out of it? So what they do, write letters, go to the YouTube's headquarters, what they do. So there should be distinct way to communicate with the company. It's the same
I
thing.
mean, I have seen something similar. There's a couple of YouTubers that I watch. They play games. They make jokes. They're a really good group. Obviously, they've even spoke about it. There was even they even did a Minecraft video where it was actually funny. Someone mocked YouTube about it in a Minecraft map about monetization. It was really funny. It was a full-on mock of them. Oh my god, it was hilarious. And they played it, but then they even spoke about like YouTube's being they're clamping down for no reason, and it's like it's just got to ease up. It's hard. Like the content they post is really good. It's comedic. It's fun. I don't get why people report it, to be honest, unless it's full-on offensive, like as in racism and like point of views. I don't see why it should be. Unless it's that, I don't see why it should be reported. If it's offensive to you, don't watch it, because that way it might just be offensive to you. It's like don't affect what other people watch just to satisfy yourself. Yes, you can find things offensive, and if it's offensive in a wide scale, report it. If it's not, just don't watch it. Leave it out.
Yeah.
It's just to someone else. Like people make jokes all the time, whether they make it for their own content, and it's not they're impactfully hurting people. They're being careful. They're very careful. They say it, and it's like just stay out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Just don't get
Yeah,
the world.
but
I just don't get the world.
I think like YouTube should take like maybe just if there are something like they need to review it actively, all the reports or everything, and then they can come to a conclusion, or maybe just telling like, okay, you need to delete this particular video and then come back, or maybe this, or maybe like, okay, I reviewed it, I think it's okay. I think there should be a separate, like a good customer care, so to speak.
I just don't get the world anymore. Like the world has gone so downhill. I know, and I mean that before and after COVID. Like regardless of COVID, it was still going downhill regardless. COVID just kind of boosted it, but it's been going downhill for a while.
Yeah, definitely. That's just it.
Yes, things seem much easier now. I'm getting put into the more complicated parts of it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not being directly affected, but still, it just doesn't make it pleasant.
Okay, definitely.
Yeah, talk about our topic for a second. But yeah, I do like going back to what we originally said. His channel shouldn't be taken down. Obviously, he's still doing okay. He's got a lot. Obviously, he's got a lot of files to repost. Like, obviously, I've offered some help. I've got plenty of storage for now, so I'll obviously give him a hand. He's also looking for new outlets as well. So I guess if anybody knows any outlets, just reach out. Possibly, if you know any like platforms like Vimo, is it Daily Motion, something like that. If you know something that's not as flagged on their content, like sexual content and stuff. I'd say drop some suggestions because
Daily Motion, I think.
make it easy for everybody else.
TikTok.
Shut up. No, TikTok does not count.
TikTok. Oh no. In India,
No.
in India, TikTok's banned. So yeah, end of the story.
You're lucky. I mean, technically, there was a whole thing about Fortnite getting banned, but that got withdrawn. Don't ask.
Oh, I mean, it does some good stuff. I mean, again, like how you use it. So that depends.
Yeah, but like I said, if overall he shouldn't have been banned. That's just YouTube going downhill. Hopefully, they can build themselves back up. I mean, it's not the first time someone's been down bad. I mean, yes, it's changed, but this is changed not for the better, and a majority of the community agree. And if it does keep going downhill, then people just stop using it. I mean, yes, it's YouTube, but still, internet's a wide place.
Yeah.
It'll be like Among Us. Something random will just blow up
Yeah.
in no time.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't understand just how, because there are lots of same contents on YouTube about choices, but I mean, it's just kind of weird.
It's alright though. But and then going back to genres and stuff, it's like I'm thinking, we're talking about Dream Zone stuff. Maybe we should extend on more stories again. Because we've got Dream Zone, we've got choices. Dream Zone takes up a lot. If we wanted something as a side, we could always do episodes. Episode has some interesting stories.
Yeah.
They have a lot. I like their high school themed stories. They're pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
And they have some. And like one thing I love about episodes as well is the creativity. Like like choices. Because they even have their own thing on episode. They have their own template stuff. You can create your own stories on the app and post them. And then if they're popular and if episode likes them, that they'll officialize them. They'll make them a bit shorter, but and there's plenty of good stories on there. That's one thing choices would benefit from, making a separate section probably to add custom stories. Like you go on and you see you go on the app and you go to custom stories. You see the It Lives 3 project that's been made when that gets fully done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm saying there's a lot they could do to improve. It's just a case of appealing to them, weighing the pros and cons, and then just convincing them to go for it.
Definitely. And would love some new genre, that's for sure.
So there's plenty of time for it. World's not going anywhere yet.
Nope.
And there's hopefully
That's
2022 fix things.
Yeah, 2022. Well, don't jinx it. All I have to say, don't jinx it.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, you never know when Rona 3.0 comes out.
The Corona thing's still going to be around for another year or so before it's fully gone.
We're just going to live with it now, so...
Yeah, we're now going to find what's happening with Carrie tomorrow.
I hope we do.
Oh yeah, we do. And then Friday we get Shipwrecked and TNA. Friday's going to be much more spicier.
Yeah, we're going to Monte Carlo.
Going to Monte Carlo. We're going to the seas to meet our very attractive captain.
I can't wait for that.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna be good. I'm definitely gonna have to stream. I'm wondering. I've been thinking on how to stream it, 'cause it's one episode. It's probably gonna take up about 20 minutes or so, and depending unless I have a good viewership. I mean, I could do a discuss thing. Maybe bring some people on. I've been thinking about bringing people on for maybe the separate episodes, maybe for after or something. To discuss it, see how we think the book is building up and such. That
was rough. Yeah, do it with Shipwrecked. I think you told me you're gonna do something when Shipwrecked releases a long time ago. Remember?
I was going to appeal out to a bunch of other people like Eric and Kat. Think about getting a couple of voice actors. Because it's Shipwrecked. It's obviously going to feature a group of people being stranded. So maybe get someone for each actor. Obviously, the only problem is
to be
time
honest,
zones.
though, I will say one person I would be like to be though.
Who?
The one who moans a lot. So,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Or the one who accuses people of not trusting them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't it true that we're just gonna be stranded with our captain and then all animal and some island mystery and not
Possibly.
with.
It's possible. No, because you think about it, we're going to be on a ship. A ship's going to have plenty of people. And yes, it's possible that everybody could, go different ways and stuff. But I think there will be some other people. It could be a whole the fact that it's shipwrecked. It's gonna. I think there's going to be more to the plot. Maybe someone sabotaged the ship. Maybe there was a planned mutiny. Maybe there's all sorts of different aspects. Yes, we're going to end up on a stranded island, but there's also going to be the case of how we get to that point and what happens after. There's going to be a big plot. It's going to be good.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm thinking it's going to be like Slow Burn. That book came out. I thought a book about food. It's I think this is going to be good. I read the first few chapters. I think this is going to be good up until the end of it. I loved it. I think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a good book.
Yep.
What if? I mean, it's just.
As long as it's not Witness, it's good.
What if it's Witness, but in a good way?
I mean, we've already got Witness. We've already got Witness 2 coming out soon, so we'll wait for that.
So, I mean, I understand. Well, aside MC and the diamond sync tactic, it was good. So because it has also I think less characters. Who knows? Like,
Mm.
if it's
No, but I think Shipwrecked will be good. The way it's been described, I mean, it's good. I mean, the MCs and the LIs look really good. I think it's just going to be a case of what the plot is, like what happens. Is there a mutiny? Is there an accident, or is there an accident? Quotation marks. Has someone sabotaged a ship? Is there a plot? There's going to be all sorts. It's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait till Friday. Might have to reach out and annoy Cat. Scratch that. I will reach out and annoy Cat. Hopefully she doesn't read this yet before I get to her. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be super awesome if you can team up with Cat and stuff. And
No,
others.
because that was the thing as well. I asked on Twitter, like in terms of being shipwrecked with people, who would you be shipwrecked with? And I listed a bunch of people. I listed you two, Amber, Eric, Kat, V, a bunch of other people. Honestly,
Yeah.
God, I think that'd be awesome. Like V is like, I think for main voice actors, could get Eric, Kat, V, Jerry. There's plenty of people actually.
Yep.
To be honest, we could probably do an America's Most Eligible. There's that many people.
Oh, whoa, that would be super awesome. That would be super awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's
Hang
plenty
on
of.
then, who would I
plenty
be? Because there's nobody who moans there.
We'll have to wait till the sequel. Might have your secret part coming in. Depends. There's plenty of stories, plenty of scenarios. Obviously, time zone's an issue, but I do think, yes, reading these books is good, but having loads of people, different voice actors, into just like having a regular group and bringing in like cameos of different people, like guest stars and stuff,
Yep.
like not necessarily famous people, bringing in guest people to voice with us. I think that'd be good. For like a choices group to definitely boost things, especially if you've got a wide variety of people from all over the world to match accents and stuff. If ESP.
Yeah, I think as well though, Brandon. What I will say to you is though, if I was able to, I know I do moan a lot, but I think like I would try my best for you. Like we joke about with each other and stuff like this. But if you asked me to do something like that for you, I would genuinely put my heart into it. Like I wouldn't take the mess or take the piss the road like that. I would try my best.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd do. I mean, obviously, like it's just to get the time zones. Like if we could, hell, I'd set up I'd set up a studio to probably do it or something. Like or maybe we're all in one. Yeah, like all in one place roughly. Obviously, I'd probably do it in the States maybe because like majority of people are in the US. So
yeah,
it'd be just a case of getting a place, finding somewhere. I won't say close, but somewhere remotely. Within vicinity to people. And it's just a case of asking the big questions.
Infect the world with a virus that make people, fly. Then we can.
Yeah. But to be honest though, Brandon, if we did do it in the States, UK, don't know about India. I don't think we're allowed into the US at the moment because unless we have like a
obviously
certain reason.
Obviously not now. Like in terms of getting a studio, like if we did do this, it would take a while to set it up.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because it's not like we have millions of pounds.
Obviously, there's a lot of funding. I mean, there's Kickstarters, there's all sorts.
Yeah.
We never know. Like it just depends. It depends who we could get on board.
Yeah.
We'd all have to be roughly the same time zone. We'd all have to be roughly the same place. Like setting up a studio. I mean, we could do it from home, temporary. Like we could start off doing it from home and then upgrade to a studio in the future. But again, it comes out of time zones.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for me, once I get everything sorted. Well, I mean, I can still now, but still, once I get things sorted, I can do late nights for time zones. I can adapt.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Like I could find.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I was just thinking of something then, right? If we had like a good video editor, not like a video editor, like
I mean, I
person
dabble
who
in
could do
video
CGI
editing.
and stuff like that, and do like a series or something, but like animated it. You know what I mean? And then
That sounds like you want to make an alphabet show. Like that sounds like you're making it. Like 'cause that's the show that's being made by a couple of YouTubers. They were reached out to they've been trying to find companies to work. It's a TV show basically. It's like a Rick and Morty style show. The whole plot's about four guys who and the CIA. They use video games to power the world, and they have an elite team that goes into these video games to sort out things. Good. It's very comedic, very good. They reached out to a bunch of TV. None of them had the real. None of them would let them have the creativity they wanted to have. So they funded a Kickstarter which has reached way over $1 million so far, and they're doing well so far, which means they can post it on YouTube and they can post whatever they want because they're not in the contracts with like Netflix or anything. Obviously, those companies messed up because they missed out on a real opportunity, but still, kind of like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that. The animation's really good as well. But yeah, Rick, check it out. Alpha Betas, I recommend it.
Honestly, but I didn't actually know about that, but you know. But yeah, I mean, doing something like that, that'd be good, actually, to be honest. So,
Obviously, you know, could appeal. You know, it just depends.
hmm.
But yeah, it just comes down to when everyone's free, the time zones and such. But yeah, could definitely sort it out. Just takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it, I guess. Do we have anything else to add?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Other than we've got laws later today.
Mm-hmm.
God, I forgot
That's
about
gonna
that.
be
2.5 hours. Half
Give
six.
or take.
Though I'm gonna play it tomorrow because I have some stuff to do today, and then it's for me. It's almost 8:30. So yeah,
Wow.
sleeping time. Yes,
Yeah, it's only nearly 4 o'clock for us.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just. Yep.
I think as well, thinking about the time zones, this time won't be so bad. About 2 o'clock UK time, because it'll be.
I mean, that's
depending
when I
on-
do my streams, and that's when most people
Oh, yeah.
are real, like they're mostly available because it's morning for most of our friends in the US.
Yeah.
Around 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's absolutely afternoon wise. It's fine for me, but still, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so
Let's see.
yeah, and let's sometime arrange a time to play also the Among Us game. Would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Something get good for that. There's plenty of people on YouTube we can find, on Twitter that we can get like Cat and that lot.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Just
I
a case of bringing them into the Discord, I guess, and arranging a time.
Yeah, definitely. Stranger time. Yep. All right, so it was nice. I mean, it was a delayed day, so all right. So there's one tweak to this. We will meet very soon, Monday. So that's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we don't
Yeah.
need to wait like a lot,
That
5
long.
days, 7 days.
No.
Yeah, we don't need to wait long.
Mm.
All right, so stay safe, take care, and see you again. And we will stay, in touch definitely
Oh,
on social
Yeah.
media.
See you guys
Well,
soon.
All right.
Yep. Take care. Stay safe. Okay.
Later.
Take care.
That's it.
Bye.